Hey everyone, it's Danielle from Exploring Alternatives. In this video, we're going to share 8 tips to help you find online work so that you can earn money while you travel. A lot of us want to travel more, but we can't necessarily afford to take more than a couple weeks vacation at a time. The good news is that there are a lot of jobs out there that you can do online with just a Wi-Fi connection and your laptop. In theory, if you can get one of these online jobs, you can work from anywhere in the world as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection. There are all kinds of jobs you can do online, like graphic design, web design. You can be a translator or a freelance writer. You could be someone's virtual assistant or manage an organization's social media account. The options are endless, and those are just a few of the really obvious ones. But don't worry if you don't fit into one of those categories. There are all kinds of online jobs out there. Working online is still a pretty new concept, so it's not super easy to find online jobs, but we came up with 8 tips to help you with your online job search, and we'll put links to all these resources in the description box of this video. Tip number 1 would be to check out the FlexJobs job board. It's kind of like your conventional job search engine, except that it only advertises for jobs that are flexible in some way, whether they're work from home positions, telecommuting positions, or even part-time telecommuting positions. So it's definitely worth checking out to see what kind of online work opportunities they have there. Tip number 2 would be to check out the Forbes website. Every year they publish a list of the top 100 companies that hire for remote positions. We'll give you a link to the 2016 list, and you'll see 100 companies listed and linked, so you can click on every company's website and go visit either their career section or their hiring section to see what kind of online opportunities they have available. Tip number 3 would be to check out the Upwork website. It used to be called Elance, but it's changed a little bit. Basically, it's a site where you can go to find freelance contract opportunities. So what you do is you start by creating your own profile and you list the different skills you have, and then you can start searching for jobs based on your skill set. Tip number 4 would be to check out the Fancy Hands website if you're interested in doing any kind of virtual assistant work. So the cool thing about Fancy Hands is that you can make your own hours and apply for different short-term virtual assistant contracts, and you would be doing work like data entry or online research or making reservations for someone. I'm not sure if they hire outside of the US, but it's worth looking into. Tip number 5 would be to make a list of organizations or companies that you might be interested in working for and going to their website to see their job board. So a lot of companies don't necessarily post opportunities on other job boards. They might just have a jobs page or a careers page on their own website. So you might need to go to their website to find out about opportunities. So for example, I did a little test to see if this idea would work, and I decided, okay, let's say I wanted to work for an animal rights organization. I would make a list of the top 10 animal rights organizations I might want to work for, and then go to each individual website and look at the jobs section of their site. So I started off with the biggest animal rights organization out there, PETA, and right away I found on their job board that they have a separate category just for telecommuting and location-independent positions. Tip number 6 might not seem very useful at first, but it's how Matt and I both got our first online jobs, and so that's why we're always pushing it. It's just word of mouth. So tell everyone in your life and in your circle of friends that you are looking for online work so that you can travel more. Even if no one in your immediate circle of friends or family knows about any opportunities, you never know when they might hear about something and when that opportunity might filter back to you. Tip number 7 would be to check out your local co-working spaces. So a co-working space is basically like a shared office, and you rent it by the day, by the week, by the month, or even by the year. And it's sort of a space where a lot of startup companies end up going so that they can take advantage of meeting spaces and fax machines and printers and stuff like that, and also just get out of the house or get out of the hotel room depending on what their situation is. And it might be a great way for you to network with people who are already working online. So you can't necessarily just walk in and ask for an online job, but you might be able to go to their website and see if they have any job boards, see if they have any networking events. Maybe you could offer your services and volunteer. And finally, tip number 8 would be to start your own online business. So if you're not having any luck applying for online jobs through any of the other websites we've shared, or if you don't really like any of the opportunities that you're finding, you might be interested in starting your own online business. Maybe you could design apps, you could write an ebook, you could start your own online store. Starting an online business is a lot cheaper than starting a brick and mortar business, but you still need to put a ton of time and energy into it to make it work. The payoff, if it does work out, would be huge. You'd be able to work from anywhere in the world. You'd be working for yourself and making your own hours. It sounds pretty cool, so it's worth thinking about. A couple other things to think about if you are looking for online work is to avoid any kind of scammy job offers that you might find out there. So anything that's promising to get you rich quick by doing weird stuff like filling out surveys and clicking on ads all day long. If and when you do get your online job, make sure to do your research before you travel outside of your home country to make sure that you're not violating any kind of work visa or entry requirements of the country you're visiting. Last but not least, if you want to be able to earn money and travel at the same time, but you don't necessarily want to work on a laptop and be online all the time, we're going to make a separate video about how you can find work offline so that you can still work and travel, but you won't be tied to a laptop. So stay tuned for that video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more alternative living videos.